White House release published Thursday, December 18, 2025. Democrats caused high prices. President Trump is bringing them down. President Donald J. Trump took office, promising to defeat inflation and lower costs. In 11 months, inflation has been cut by more than half. Gas prices have dropped sharply. Real wages are rising again. Key household expenses are moving in the right direction. The White House states that Democrats caused high inflation. Under President Biden, inflation averaged nearly 5% and peaked at 9.1%. The statement blames this on excessive spending by the previous administration. Under President Trump, inflation has dropped to an average of 2.7%. This is described as the first step in reversing the cost of living crisis. Americans have seen the first overall price decline since 2020. Core inflation is now lower than at any time during the last 3 years of the Biden administration. The statement says that under Biden, prices rose for cars, gas, hotels, and airfares. Under President Trump, prices for many groceries and household essentials have declined. The price of a Thanksgiving turkey was down nearly 1/3 compared to its Biden-era high. Prices for items like toothpaste, shampoo, toilet paper, laundry detergent, and diapers have also decreased over the past year. Households using propane or heating oil will pay less to heat their homes this winter. Prices for propane, kerosene, firewood, and fuel oil are all down since President Trump took office. Prescription drug prices fell in President Trump's first 8 months in office after rising under Biden. New deals are expected to further lower costs for inhalers, arthritis medication, obesity drugs, infertility medicine, and other items. The statement says that under Biden, Americans' real wages fell by nearly $3,000. Under President Trump, real wages are rising faster than inflation. Americans' real wages are on track to grow by more than $1,000 after his first full year in office. Gas prices were at record highs under Biden, according to the statement. Under President Trump, gas prices have fallen to the lowest average in over 4 years. Americans are on track to spend the lowest amount of their disposable income on gas in 2 decades. Average gas prices have dipped below $3 per gallon in 39 states. Mortgage rates hit their highest in decades under Biden. Under President Trump, the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate is now 6.19%, down 12% from January. This saves Americans about $3,000 per year on new mortgages. Shelter inflation is at a 4-year low, and national median rent has fallen for 4 straight months. The White House highlights new tax cuts, including no tax on tips, overtime, or Social Security. This is expected to raise take-home pay by up to $13,300 and wages by up to $11,600. Average tax refunds are estimated to increase by about $1,000 per filer. President Trump's deregulatory efforts are saving Americans a collective $180 billion, or $2,100 per family of 4. The administration halted efficiency standards that increased appliance prices. Consumer sentiment and small business optimism are rising amid record holiday shoppers and sales. Since President Trump took office, companies have invested trillions of dollars into U.S.-based operations, creating hundreds of thousands of new jobs. There are now 2.7 million more American-born workers employed than when President Trump took office. The U.S. has more people working now than at any time in its history. The stock market has set 51 all-time record highs since President Trump's election. The deficit is being reduced through spending cuts, interest savings, economic growth, and tariff revenues. The trade deficit has narrowed to its smallest since mid-2020. President Trump eliminated Biden's fuel efficiency standards for cars. The White House says this will save American families $109 billion over the next 5 years by avoiding higher vehicle costs. Thanks for listening. The full source material for this summary is in the description below.